Welcome back to JPTV. I'm Pete Downing, one of your anchors for this week.
I'm Trey Welch, and this week on JPTV we will have signing day, spelling bee, word on the street, and as usual, sports and weather.
And we've got a special segment coming up, a sneak peek, a teaser video inside the Jackson Prep Phantom of the Opera's accompanying orchestra. But first, yesterday, 7 prep athletes signed letters of intent to play college. Lulu and Miller went out and got the story for signing day. Take it away.
For McDaniel, Hines.
Matthew Cochran, Meridian.
Graham Busby, Hines.
Reeves Reynolds, Mississippi State.
Duncan Matthews, South Alabama.
Braylee McKinney, Southeastern University.
Clay at Mississippi State.
Owen Ishii and myself interviewed Miss Lindsay about the 7th grade spelling bee. Here's a look at what they captured.
I am Malika Lindsay. I'm the Director of College Counseling here at Jackson Prep. I'm also the Spelling Bee Coordinator and the District Spelling Bee Coordinator. I really enjoy the Spelling Bee program because it's an opportunity to elevate students for something intellectual and academic that sometimes we forget about when we're focused on sports and other things. I think it's important to remember kids who focus on learning and spelling really well. So prep students have not traditionally done all that well at the District B. Everyone comes in a little intimidated because prep is such a well-known school and this is home turf. So I'm excited to see how our spellers do this year. We'll have 5th graders, 6th graders, 7th graders, and 8th graders competing in this year's District B. And I'm expecting 55 guest spellers on campus, plus all their parents and their school spelling bee coordinators from 12 different schools. It's spelling bee time because I get to coordinate the spelling bee program for prep and the district spelling bee, which happens at the end of November. The spellers here today did a great job in your classes, your English classes, and they are going to compete today to participate in the District B on November 30th.
Guarden, Guardian.
Next speller.
Behemoth, Behemoth.
Thank you. Next.
As you may or may not know, yesterday was voting day. We had the midterm elections. Trey, did you go out and vote?
I turned 18 in January, so I wasn't able to get my voter ID card yet. But a lot of our seniors were able to get their voter ID cards from Miss No and their voter registration, so they were able to go out and vote this week.
That was really helpful because I went to Miss No's class. I'm in her class, and she has voter registration papers hanging on the wall, so I was able to fill that out, and she mailed it off for us. And I was one of the couple people in the senior class that got to vote this year in the midterms. But with that being said, Bradley and Wilson went around the school and decided to ask a couple questions. This is word on the street. They asked about voting and some about music. Take it away.
Did you vote? No, but I really wanted to, and I wish I should have. So that's bad against me, but no. Did you vote?
Yes, I did. That's awesome. I'm super proud of you.
It was a very awesome time.
What is your favorite album of all time?
Okay, I think either Orange by Frank Ocean or Swimming by Mac Miller.
Good. What is your favorite album of all time?
Midnight's by Taylor Swift.
Who do you think is going to score the first touchdown on Friday night?
Laird. Definitely Laird.
What is your favorite album of all time?
Harry's House.
By who?
Harry Styles.
Thank you. What is your favorite album of all time?
I'm going to say Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Why?
It's just really good.
Is every song good?
Every song. There are no skips.
No skips. Thank you.
Okay, the best album of all time is Drip Season Forever by Gunna. Best freaking album ever. I think the first touchdown will be scored by Marcus Thompson.
What is your favorite album of all time?
I'd have to say Taylor Swift's Reputation album. That one's good.
Good. Favorite album of all time? Go.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club by the Beatles.
Second favorite album of all time? Go.
Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd.
Third favorite album of all time? Go.
The Road to Paradise by Pothole Paradise.
Did you vote?
No, I did not.
What is your favorite album of all time?
Soulfly by Rod Wave.
Nice. Favorite album of all time?
Lil Uzi Vert versus the World.
Oh, Pothole Paradise?
What's your favorite album of all time?
The Road to Paradise by Pothole Paradise.
Releasing?
Soon.
Her Loss by Drake. You should go listen to it. It's the new one.
So your favorite album of all time?
Her Loss, Drake and 21 Savage.
So, Pete, my betting for the first touchdown of the game is either Paxton Thompson's going to run one in or William Laird is going to catch a passing touchdown. What do you think?
You know, I want to go with either William Laird or Will Upton. But I can also see Paxton running in it. I don't know. That will be this Friday, tomorrow, at home. That's going to be a very good game against Hartfield. This is the semis for the playoffs, so be sure to show up there. Our next story is in the Jackson Prep Symphony, in the Jackson Prep Orchestra for the production of Phantom of the Opera, which was only 2 allowed ever to be performed by a high school in the U.S. this year, which is a lot of requirements to meet, which was very big, and congratulations to the cast and crew for putting on that show. But if you look inside the orchestra, there's a special story we found, very unusual. I went and found the story there and put together a little teaser for you on this week's JPTV Red Team Edition. The full story will be out as its own video on the JP Broadcast YouTube page. Here it is.
Our concertmaster most recently left his position as the concertmaster of the Bolshoi Theater Symphony in Moscow. I will simply share that he declared asylum and arrived in the United States just 2 weeks ago.
We asked him and his good friend and the conductor of this orchestra, Tim Walker, to join us for an interview.
I was 26, and in Mariinsky only one person is Valery Gergiev. In Moscow, in Bolshoi Theater, it's a very big building, very nice, and with big history.
But as things worsened in Russia, these talks became more serious, and
military mobilization in Russia. We are not on the first, we are in second wave, and we just waiting for some news about this.
We were so worried about them flying out of Russia, like would they get questioned? So when you claim asylum, which is what they did, to come into the country, the government offers you protection. Although they're in the United States, they still have a long journey ahead of them to get asylum granted. We're confident that God has allowed this to happen. He has been with us. We can see from Russia to Mexico to the United States, we don't know what God has next.
Well, Pete, that looks really interesting. And speaking of Phantom of the Opera, that was such a great play. I'd never seen it before, but oh my word, Will Dungy, Holly Morris, and Robbie Hyde put on an
Evelyn Waterloo,
excellent.
She did really good too. It's really impressive that at this age you can find practically 3 opera singers in a cast at this age, and it was really impressive because there are a lot of requirements you had to meet to put on Phantom of the Opera.
And Holly, the way she played Christine, I mean, she's got to hit that high note even in like the fourth song, and oh my word.
It was very impressive, it was.
Yeah.
And
we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
don't go anywhere.
Have you ever wondered, where can I get my Jackson Prep apparel? Well, then I've got the answer for you. Right here at the Jackson Prep Patriot Shop, open 3 days a week on Patriot Avenue, we've got everything you need. We got t-shirts, we got tank tops, we got sweatshirts, we've got sweatpants, we've got polos, we've got blankets, we've got teddy bears, face masks, and other fun accessories. We've even got duffel bags and stadium chairs. And we've even got football. So shop till you drop at the Patriot Shop, open 3 days a week, right here on Patriot Avenue.
Welcome back to JPTV. It's time for weather. Today it's going to be slightly cloudy with a high of 77 and a low of 50. Friday it will be sunny with a high of 77 and a low of 56. Saturday it will be cold and slightly cloudy with a high of 58 and a low of 38. Sunday it will be cold and sunny with a high of 56 and a low of 32. Monday there's a 60% chance of rain with a high of 57 and a low of 34. Tuesday there's a 70% chance of rain with a high of 55 and a low of 45. And Wednesday, it's going to be cloudy with a high of 56 and a low of 43. Now it's time for birthdays. Junior Eliza Hollingsworth, Junior Thomas Goff, Sophomore Jake Robertson, Junior Sophia Primos, Junior Will Wilson, Sophomore Landon Scoggins, Junior Kennedy Cleveland, and Senior Rachel Rutledge. Thanks for watching Weather. We'll be right back after this commercial break with sports.
As parents, we want our kids to choose the best path. At Jackson Prep, we'll have a community surrounding your child and helping your child have the confidence and skills to not just choose the right path, but to run it. Throughout their life, they'll face endless choices. That doesn't change, but they will.
I'm Lee Matthews, and let's talk sports. First, we have girls basketball, where the junior high and high school traveled to Florence and battled through tough games. The junior high team couldn't break a tie, even with one overtime with a score of 29-all. The high school girls fought a tough loss against Florence with a score of 45-36. This past Tuesday, the girls were scheduled to play Hillcrest Christian School, but after a COVID outbreak on the Hillcrest girls teams, those games were canceled. Both teams will play Clinton Christian on their brand new court tonight, hoping for a big win. Junior high boys played Simpson Academy last Thursday, winning 39-45. They will head to Clinton Christian tonight to attempt to pick up win number 3. The varsity boys basketball team opened their season with a win against Hillcrest Christian School with a crushing score of 60-20. Looks like these boys are off to a good start in defense of their overall title. Moving on to football, this Friday, Prep will host Hartfield Academy in the MAIS state semifinals. With the repeat of their win over Hartfield, Prep could advance to the state championship next Saturday at Mississippi College. We have our final story coming up after this short commercial break.
Sorry, I just went way too fast.
Here at Jackson Prep, we strive for excellence and greatness. We take pride in our athletes, our program's histories, our facilities, our state championships, and our all sports awards. The Booster Club allows our athletes great benefits. With the Booster Club, we are able to remodel facilities such as the new locker room under the stand or the new women's weight room. We would like you to join the Booster Club today at jacksonprep.org.
You know, Pete, as a football player, one thing remains constant throughout practice, wins, losses, even the offseason, and that's early morning weights with Coach Burke and Coach Brewer. Now, Bennett Herring gave us a look at what it's like to have early morning weights as a Jackson Prep football player. We'll see you right back after this.
It's currently 5:40. About to head to weights for football. Gotta brush my teeth before. But, yeah, this is painful. Now we're on the road. It's now 5:50. And this is probably the worst part because the windows fog up and you're pretty much driving blind. I've now reached the point where I'm fighting for my life to stay awake, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, morning weights.
Good morning.
Are we pumped? Oh yeah, we're ready. Pump for weights, Gage?
Yeah? Yeah! We're slowly filing out of the locker room to do some stretches. Let's go! How we doing?
What's up, Jared?
Thank you.
Get up, Blair. Quit twisting, Blair. Quit twisting, Blair.
3, 2.
Hey, somebody has
Q. Q's lifting the rainbow right now.
Let's go, Q.
Yeah.
This is the rainbow.
Dude, what?
Q, just do it. Go!
Let's go! Chadwick, how we feeling? He's doing a neck max. Ah! Yeah!
If you were late,
Who's late? Now we're going to get some brekkie. Good morning.
Good morning.
To get this video for class, we got chicken biscuit, Powerade, body armor, Harrison. Physics time, let's get this bread. No. Yeah.
Well, if there's one thing that should be mentioned, it's the fact that, yes, it's football, weights, early in the morning, and that nobody wants to do it, but it's one of those things, like the little things that you have to do. And here we are in the state semifinals and have a very good chance at making it to the championship this year.
You know, at the very end, all those early mornings, like whether it's 6:30 or 7, they pay off in the end. So, you know, it's all worth it.
Well, that's all from us here at JPTV. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. I'm Pete Downing.
I'm Trey Welch.